Hello, everybody. I'm Jackie K. Cooper here with
Walker the intern.
once again.
Yes,
2
two in a
weeks
row. Yes.
We're going to get you on Mailbag Monday one of these days,
Okay.
too. We haven't had a chance to do that. But we are here. It is Tell All Tuesday.
Yes.
And what I want to talk about is you and I have both seen a movie that is coming out
Okay.
called Deliver Us.
Yes.
And now, it is a horror movie.
Yes.
We can agree on that.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Because I know you told me, you said, the first part of this movie is really crazy, and I hadn't watched it yet, and it was really crazy. But it's written, directed, and acted in by a guy named Leroy Coons.
Yes. And I didn't know that until the credits started rolling. Yeah. I was very impressed. I was like, wow, I didn't realize it was this guy.
I mean, seriously. And he's a young-looking guy. I don't know how old he is. I think he's probably in his 30s.
Mm-hmm.
And, I mean, what I want to say is, he had sent me the film to watch. And, and he said, it was so funny because he wrote me and he said, I know you don't like horror films. And he said, so I'm taking a risk here, but I'd really like for you to look at my movie and let me, tell me what you think about it. And I thought, you're done too.
Yes.
All these things that I've had a hard time watching. But I agreed to it. And my review will be up on YouTube, I think, later this week. And then I also have, since I watched the movie and reacted to it, I'm going to have a Zoom interview with Leroy Coons.
Okay.
I know, I'm excited about
Yes,
it.
that sounds exciting.
I mean, come on. I want to know where he got this story from.
Yes. The premise is very interesting.
Premise is I think they show that in the trailer, so it would be easier to say. It's a nun is pregnant with twins, and she claims an immaculate conception, and she is carrying, one is the Messiah and the other is the Antichrist.
Yes. That's what I got out of it.
That's what I got out of it. And it's, what is the church's position going to be? Are they going to let the Antichrist be born into the world? Mm-hmm. Or how do you know which one is which?
Yes.
Etc. It's an interesting premise.
Uh-huh.
And like I said, I've got a review coming up, of it, and I'm going to interview him. But I thought, how old are you? You're 18
yes,
now, right?
I'm 18.
And this guy, I think he dropped out of film school.
Oh, okay.
To do a movie. And his history, I looked, and he's got like 2 previous movies, I think, and another one coming up. But how do you just think, hey, I'm going to write, direct, star in this movie, etc. And it's got a distribution deal with Magnolia Pictures.
That's great, yeah. I think the writing, directing, and acting is maybe for like budget's sake, but I think he does great in all aspects on basically.
I'm trying to think of somebody else who does that, who actually stars in their own film and writes something.
Bradley Cooper.
Bradley Cooper. Did he write? He didn't write.
I don't know if he wrote it, but I know he directed and starred in it.
And he's got a new movie.
Yes.
Maestro.
Mm-hmm. That looks good.
Which is Leonard Bernstein.
Yes.
Who wrote West Side Story.
Okay.
And many other musical things. But yeah, Bradley Cooper's directing that and starring in it.
I just don't know if he wrote it.
No, I don't think he did.
I don't know many writer, directors, and stars of their own films.
Yeah. So, if you're good in one field, you're blessed.
Yes.
To be good in 2 or 3 fields is just amazing.
It's wild.
Yeah. But who knows? Maybe Walker Durham will be.
Who knows? You never know.
Have you ever tried your hand at writing?
Writing? Not really, no. Never done writing.
I don't know. To me, it would be almost. How do you direct yourself?
I guess you have to trust the person behind the camera when you're not behind the camera.
Let's take that scene, and then you go, oh, that was bad. let's do it again.
And then you run across up to the stage, do it again, and walk back and watch it.
Let me go back here and see it's happening. No, that looks bad. They go, no, let's take 2, take 10, whatever. But if he can pull it off, and I will say in advance, in my opinion, he did pull it off.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
he did. He made a better than average film.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't wait for all y'all to see it.
Yes,
because I want comments, because it is different. But I have gotten into this thing. I asked you before we start taping. You aren't a reader per se.
No, not really.
And I read a book a week, so
okay.
I always have. Love books. So I'm reading a really good book right now called The River We Knew by William Kent Kruger. Oh, it's so good. And then I'm trying to stay current on movies. Mm-hmm. And then I'm trying to watch all the streaming stuff. I mean, there is more stuff out there now.
You are stacked.
Yes.
What are you going to do?
And we're just now getting ready to go into if we have awards season.
Yes, hopefully we do.
I don't know. We're in like the 150th day of the writer's strike.
And they thought it would end in August.
Yeah, everybody planned.
But now,
all the film festivals thought,
yep.
And they're suffering because the stars can't go and promote the films.
Yep.
Because they're supporting the strike, actors' strike, as well as the writers' strike.
I don't know who is gaining from this. I mean, the studios are really just... I mean, everybody is suffering, and the studios are just kind of sitting there, like, twiddling their thumbs, just waiting for somebody to say, just kidding, we won't do it anymore.
I just don't, the studios have to be losing money. Mm-hmm. The actors, I don't know if there's a fund that supports them.
There's not really. It's getting rough now. I saw an interview from one studio head last week, and he said basically what we're trying to do is they're at the actors are at the point now where they can't afford rent because they've been striking for so long, and so we're just trying to get them to just be homeless basically and then they'll just come back to us.
Because you've got to understand is if the actors aren't working, then all of the people behind the scenes and making movies and TV shows, they're affected.
I mean, everything.
And this is their livelihood.
Yep.
I mean, everything from camera operators to props to makeup.
I saw that even the talent agencies are losing out like $50 million this year because of that.
And I should know more about this than I do. But I keep seeing where they'll say such and such film got an exception to go into production. How do you get an exception?
I think the exceptions are for like independent films that actually pay their actors fairly. Like I think they have like a checklist. Like if they are on equal terms with the Actors Guild and the Writers Guild, like they abide by the terms.
Who makes that determination?
They have like a board. They have like a board of people at the Actors Guild that will like be like, okay, is A24 qualified to keep making movies? And they A24 is an exception, I guess. I'm not really sure exactly why, but I think that might be the reason.
I know there was a controversy this past week because Drew Barrymore said she was going to go back and start doing her talk show. That technically talk shows weren't covered by the contract, but there was a lot of backlash saying, oh, you're breaking ranks by going back.
Well, they don't have writers. She's just doing it all unscripted. I know there's a couple of talk shows that do that. Like, a lot of daytime talk shows are doing that, where they're just going on and just without a writer and just talking.
Well, I don't know if you've heard about this. This is Tell All Tuesday. I'm getting everything out of it and thinking about it. But I was watching an interview, and I can't think who it was with, but it was for a Danish film. It was like Mads Mikkelsen or some actor like that.
Okay.
But they made this film, and it's getting fantastic reviews. It's been to the festivals, got it. And they asked them, they said, under Hollywood, the Oscars' new diversity rules, if you don't have a certain number of racially mixed cast members in a film, it can't qualify for Best Picture. Had you heard that?
I did not know that.
Yeah, and they were saying, do you think your film will be eliminated for competition? And the guy's saying, my movie takes place in Denmark in 1750. And he said, how can I make it racially diverse when the country was not racially diverse? And I'm wondering if that's actually going to play into things, come Oscar season, if they say, wait a minute, you were supposed to have so many women in the cast, so many of this race in the cast, that race in the cast, and you didn't meet those criteria, so therefore you're ineligible.
Well, last year, like the Banshees of Inisherin last year, that took place in Ireland.
Not diverse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know, maybe
Did you like that movie?
I did like that movie.
I hated that movie. Oh, Lord, I hated that movie.
Okay, what was the problem? What was the big...
It was once they got down to taking off digits, I
thought it was funny. I thought it was funny.
People said it was a comedy.
Yeah.
It was not a comedy to me. No. I told you, there's always one movie that everybody goes wild over that I'm saying, this is terrible.
That was
Banshees of Inisherin was that movie for me.
I got you. I got a question. Since we were on horror movies, what did you think about Megan?
I like Megan.
You liked Megan?
I did like Megan.
Wow, I can't believe that.
I can't wait for Megan 2.
Meg 2?
Yes. Megan 2.
Megan 2. But Megan...
Meg is the big shark.
Meg is the shark, yeah. But the name Megan had a 3 in it.
Yes.
So what were they going to call the second one? Or what would they call the third one if they made a third one? Would they just call it Megan again? Mathregan 3?
Megan 111.
Megan 111. I think that would work.
Yep. No, I did like Megan though.
Okay.
Because I always liked the Chucky movies.
Okay.
So, I say I don't like horror movies, and I don't, as a rule. But Carrie, if you've ever seen Carrie, the original one with Sissy Spacek, you should watch that in your film class. It is based on a Stephen King book. It's a great, great movie. The way it's executed, the whole thing. Love that. The Exorcist scared me loony. I was sitting there watching it like this. Wish I'd do a lot of put my fingers in my ears, cover my eyes. And I think about the people who are saying, there's a grown man sitting over there with his fingers in his ears.
They look around, you're just kind of sitting there.
Yeah. But if it's done good, then I appreciate it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I respect that.
Yeah.
I'm not a big horror guy either, but if they pull it off, then I'm...
You're more of a horror guy than I am, I think.
Okay.
I don't know, though.
I don't watch many horror movies.
You were hesitant about Deliver Us.
I know.
You were like, nah, I haven't watched it yet. No.
But I was pleasantly surprised.
I was too. We're going to be telling you more and more about that. But that's all the time we have today for Tell All Tuesday. I'm Jackie K. Cooper here with
Walker the Intern.